Hey everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name is Stephen Aitchison, and today we're just going to be looking at the markets overall, see what the hell's happening with Bitcoin, and we'll be looking at why I think Bitcoin is going to be $40,000 at least by the end of the year. So I've done some kind of calculations on this and been looking at the ETF market, and we've spoken about ETFs before and why that is so important for Bitcoin. And I think probably the top 10 coins, to be honest, not just for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going to open the door for other ETFs to come. But first of all, I'm just going to check. First of all, crush the likes. If you like this video, crush the likes and subscribe to this channel if you're new here. If you're new here, just type in new in the comments as well. It'll be good to see some new people coming in as well. And if you hit the notification bell as well, you'll get notified every time I go live. I go live at this time every morning. That might change in a couple of weeks. I'll let you know about that kind of later on. But crush the likes. I've just got my coffee. I'm all prepared. I'm just going to see if we're live. Remember as well, if your video is a bit hazy, like mine is just now, I'm just checking it. Go down to the bottom right, hit the settings and go on HD. And you'll find me in HD. Which may not be a good thing actually, but you can do it if you want. At Verhagen is in house. Welcome to you, at Chris Noble. We've got Scottish Bull back with us. Good to see you. David Stew, one of our brilliant admins. Good day everyone, another day, another hack, yes. Relt, Mac Pollen is in house, JC Standard, Christopher Dalson is in, Philly W, RC, Bruce Rudling, Martin and Sonia, Crypto Weasel is in, Peter Harding is in, Crypto Dread, Mixter Oz, Honest Crypto Journey is in, Liam Hunt is with us, good to see you here, Stephen King, Rishikesh Chowdhury is in the house, Gethin Davis, Deb, one of our brilliant admins as well. Admins do a fantastic job in the group. Big shout out to all the admins. Eugene Cunningham, Tim Moores, Alex Jug, Marcus Jafari, Eugene Cunningham, I just mentioned Eugene, Mitch Dieter, and Sean Dubbs is in the house this morning. So welcome to you everybody. I'll get to kind of comments on that later. Is there anybody new in the house? LTC waking up. I've got a position in the LTC, a spread bet position in LTC. And it needs to wake up quite quickly before I get stopped out. That's scotch, not coffee. That's something I don't like actually. I don't like whiskey. That's something I've never liked. I like Canadian Club, but that's the only kind of type of similar stuff I like. So it's usually cider for me or vodka Red Bull. For me, if you're ever having a pint, it's a pint of cider, then a chaser vodka Red Bull. Right, enough of that. Okay, what's been happening in the markets? Jesus, we've just had a wee downturn, and we'll just pull this over. We've had a wee downturn in Bitcoin just now. Where are we at? Bitcoin 6661 just now, down 1.74%. Overall market capitalization $263 billion. Bitcoin dominance has gone up to 43.4. It's jumped up almost 1%, 1% from yesterday. Money is flowing out fast in the altcoins, which is not good. A lot of the altcoins are down. Just now we'll be looking at that in a second as well. So who's the winners? Any winners? Tezos, 5.45%. Bitcoin Gold, 2.95%. Decentraland, that's doing well. I think that's going to do well over the next couple of weeks, depending on what happens with Bitcoin. So Mana, that is. Sia Coin, 1.93%. Null, Zencash, GX Chain, and Tether with discount. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7% of the top 100 are in green, barely, and the rest are down. Bitcoin Diamond down 32%. I think that's good for the long term anyway. Cortex Banker's down, obviously, after the hack. Banker got hacked, stole 12.5 million of Ethereum, $1 million worth of PundiX, and I think just over $1 million of BNT as well, which is a Banker token. Ethos, Gas, Ontology, Loom, Aeon, Zilliqa, Cybermiles, Populous, all down in double digits today. So it's not looking good today. And in the premium group, I've suggested not trading any new altcoins or getting into any new altcoins. If you're holding just now an altcoin and you got in a good price, it might be a couple of weeks before this goes back up again. So you might want to hold as well for that, or take your 10% stop loss or your 6% stop loss, depending where you kind of put it at, and just stay out of the market. Maybe Tether, you can go into Tether as well. if you want to do that, if you believe Bitcoin is going to go down. So we'll have a look at Bitcoin just now and see where Bitcoin is at the moment, see what it can do, what it might do. You just never know. So we'll go to, that's Bittrex. That's cool though. I'll go to BTUSD and we'll go Bitfinex. Again, same price, 6594 at the moment, falling. So you can see here, this is on the hourly chart. So it's crossed down over the 15 EMA, which is always, it's not a good sign. But it did go down to 6562 before bouncing back up. So I don't know if we're going to go up from here, to be honest. But it's best to kind of stay out the market. So if you think Bitcoin is going down, then go into Tether. That might be a good idea to do that, and see what happens from here as well. Something I thought about yesterday, I'm just going to check this actually. Something I thought about yesterday is instead of going into Tether, go into BNB. And I just had a message this morning from Robert Taylor, and he was kind of suggesting something similar as well. I just don't have the time to kind of research, but I'm going to look at BNB, see if that's going up just now. BNB, where are we? That's not going up. It's kind of going down with all the other alts. So it might be best to go into Tether. But BNB for the long term, I think, if you're holding it just now, I definitely wouldn't sell at the minute. It might go down further with the BTC price, but if you're not bothered about holding it long term, then that's good. That's a good thing about day trading as well. If you've not set a stop loss, pick coins that you wouldn't be bothered kind of holding long term. If you had to hold it for a month or two, it's good coins to pick there as well if you're day trading, if you've not set that stop loss already. If you're stopped out, it might be best to go into Tether just now and just see what the market does, or just stay out the market altogether, because it could be a bit of a bloodbath, but you don't know. We'll just go to some comments. George Charles is in the house. Good morning to you. Opinion on GoChain? Never looked into it deeply, Marcos. I've heard of it obviously, but never looked into it. Scottish Bulls, ZRX and Ontology bargain buys. Totally bargain buys, especially Ontology. ZRX has kind of gone up and it's come back down again, but total bargain buys. There's, I think, the whole market, the whole altcoin market is really kind of bargain base buys just now. Sean Dubs yesterday started out a good trading day. Portfolio was up 17%. Brilliant, Sean. But didn't leave my emotions out of it and bailed out on MCO and AST into Ethereum and woke up to a big loss. Nightmare. Well, you've not woke up to a big loss here. You've got a big loss on paper. So unless you've sold it, then you've not got a loss just now. So it just depends on what you want to do. Ethereum could go down as well, but we're going to talk about that as well. Tim Moore, Silent Notary is a steal at the moment. A lot of people talk about Silent Notary. I've not bought into it. Never really checked out deeply enough, but we've had a look at it on this channel as well. Your Recon scooping up some ETC or BNB might be a safe hold for a while instead of Tether. Thoughts? That's what I was talking about. So it might be good to get into BNB again. ETC I think is brilliant for the long term. It's going up and up and up, but obviously it'll come back down. I'll just see where ETC is just now. ETC, and we'll go to Binance, BTC, Bittrex that is, Bitfinex. I want to go to the Binance one. Where are you, Binance? Oh, there it is. Oh, that's kind of shot down just now. So it's gone down with the whole kind of market just now. So it's down 5%, 2587. Has been as high as 2786. We're talking 258,000 just now, and it has been as high as 278,000. But Ethereum Classic, I don't think is, if you're holding it long term, I would not be worried about Ethereum Classic at all. And I think there's going to be buying opportunities here, or day trading opportunities here, when we see what kind of price Bitcoin settles at. There's going to be brilliant day trading opportunities for you if you're looking at that. This is on the 1 hour chart. Look on the 6 hour chart. Drop big time on the 6 hour. It's gone way below the 15 EMA. Where before 184,000, and we're up to 58. So remember, we recommended it here around about 207,000. What was the around about here, 207,000 when we first recommended it. It's been up 35%, so it's had a good run just now. So it's due a correction, obviously, with the Bitcoin price as well coming down. We'll see what happens with it. 100 LTC just holding long term for me. Yeah, I think Litecoin is going to be good long term as well, and I think it's going to be one of the ones that's just going to jump right up in price, and it's going to stay up in price as well. So at these levels, Neo, Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin, all brilliant kind of buys just now if you're holding for the long term. Switch screens, shit, sorry. I do apologise for that. I'm switching screens. Honestly, I think I'll just go fishing. Yeah, I think it is good to go fishing. We can't see your charts, by the way, Steve. Sorry about that. I think you're on now. Yeah. Hi, thoughts about Bancor? Yeah, the Bancor hack. Bit of a nightmare. Relts is saying share your screen. Black Label 46 is in the house. Be inspired. Thoughts about Bancor. Right, okay, so we'll look at ETC, what we were talking about before with the charts. So ETC has taken a dive as well. A relative dive. It's not a big, huge dive. What's it going down? 7% or something overall, where it was kind of near the tops. But as I was saying, I don't think Ethereum Classic is going to be a bad one to hold at all, to be honest. So what is kind of doing well at the moment? Bitcoin Diamond, that's one I've kind of recommended a while ago. I still think that's going to do brilliant. I think it's going to shoot up. TUSD, that's we don't count that. That's a stable coin. Mana is up as well. I would definitely kind of think that is recommend that as a long-term hold as well. And good for trading as well, Mana. And it's going to be good for trading. And I think probably one of the only ones I might even kind of recommend as a short-term play as well. It's bouncing off that 15 EMA on the 6-hour chart. What's it doing on the hourly chart? It's kind of using it as support, the 15 EMA. So I don't know if I'd recommend it at the moment, but it'd certainly be one I wouldn't hesitate in recommending for longer term, i.e. if you're day trading for a week or two, definitely. Okay, so why do you think Bitcoin is going to go to $40,000? Everybody's talking about, oh shit, it's going to go back down, it's going down to $3,000. So not everybody's talking about that, but a lot of people are talking about it, that it's going to go back down to $3,000. And it may well do. I don't think it's going to hit anywhere near $3,000. I don't think it's going to hit $5,000. I think the lowest it's going to go is about $6,000, and then we're going to shoot back up big time. Here's why I think that. We've been discussing the ETFs, the exchange traded funds, and why that is so important. So what is an exchange traded fund, first of all? I'm just going to look at some of the kind of news here. So we said this yesterday, CBOE Global Markets files new Bitcoin ETF license application with the SEC. But really we have to kind of know what an exchange traded fund is. So basically what kind of fund managers do, they'll get a collection of kind of securities or funds or stocks, shares, whatever. They'll put it in one kind of portfolio and they'll name that kind of fund and they'll trade it. So just like shares on the stock market. So that is what an exchange traded fund is, and it goes up in price, down in price, etc. So it's like an index of kind of things that they can put into this fund. So lots of different stuff you can put in there. It's going to be happening with the crypto market as well. So CBOE, we reported yesterday that is going to it's applied for a license for an ETF for Bitcoin. But I think it's going to, once the SEC kind of approves this, and it is going to approve it, it's just a matter of time before they approve it. Once kind of Bitcoin is being allowed to be kind of put into an ETF, an exchange traded fund, then Ethereum will follow as well. It's only natural that that's going to follow as well, because it's not considered a security. And there's going to be other ones, other crypto coins that are going to be kind of similar things. They're going to be allowed to be put into an ETF. So what does that mean for us then? Why is that so important? And why is this going to affect the Bitcoin price? If we think about it just now, I'm just going to see the ETFGI. This is a website. I've not got the report in front of me, but I've got a report talking about the ETFGI. Where is it? I'm just going to try and find it. I had it all set up for you as well. That's bollocks. Nope. And where is it? Right, so I was having a kind of look. I've been having a look over the last couple of months, to be honest, about this ETF. But basically, the ETFGI are kind of stating that there is currently about $4.5 trillion worth in exchange traded funds just now. I'm just going to bear with me a second. I'm just going to find this news. Where is it? I had it all set up for you as well. There, I think there it is. Right, so ETFs shattered the growth records in 2017. Here's the news I was looking for. According to data from research firm ETFGI, there is $4.5 trillion in global ETF assets, compared with 3.3 trillion at the end of 2016. So it's going up every year. I don't know what it is for 2018. I couldn't find any data on that for the moment. But the inflow is getting higher, and the inflow is more money coming into the ETFs. That's what it's kind of talking about. So if we think $4.5 trillion, imagine 1% of that comes into the crypto space. So 1% of 4.5 trillion is $45 billion. So 10% is 456, so $45 billion. So if we do a quick calculation, 45 billion, and you've got to remember these kind of firms, they're going to be doing the ETFs, they're going to be buying Bitcoin alone. Once Ethereum comes in, they'll start buying Ethereum as well. So Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then other cryptos that are not classed as securities will go into these ETFs as well. But if we just go on Bitcoin just now, 45 billion is 123 divided by 6,600. So what we've got there, that is 6.8 million Bitcoin they could buy. This is only 1% of the global ETF kind of market, only 1%, and they could buy 6.8 million Bitcoin. So if they bought 6.8 million Bitcoin, how much is Bitcoin just now? If you look at that just now, there's a circulating supply of 17 million Bitcoin at the moment. There's only ever going to be 21 million, but at the moment there's 17 million circulating supply. However, that is not a true figure, because a lot of people have lost a shitload of their kind of Bitcoin on the computers. They've not got the keys to them. So it's been estimated there's been about 2 million lost. So if we say there's a circulating supply of 15 million, and the kind of ETF fund managers can buy 6.8 million of them, that's nearly half of all Bitcoin in the world could be bought up by the ETF fund managers. And obviously they're going to want to do that quick, which is going to shoot the price of Bitcoin right up. So you might think that, okay, there's only $45 billion coming into the market if the ETF fund managers get in. And you might think, but there's 264 billion just now. Well, this market capitalization here is not $264 billion in the market just now. Is $264 billion traded back and forth. So that's in and out, in and out. So if I do a trade of $1 billion, that's $1 billion. If I then sell to get $1 billion, that would add up to $2 billion. If I use that $2 billion, well, if I use that another $1 billion, go back into the market and back out and back in, back out, then that would add up to $10 billion. So that's what the market capitalization is that we see here, 264 billion. So that's not what is in the market right now. There's not $264 billion in the market at this moment. This is just what's been traded in and out. So we have to remember that as well. So 45 billion is going to be a huge amount, but $45 billion worth of Bitcoin is going to skyrocket the price of Bitcoin. So basically we're just waiting on this green light from the SEC coming in. Once that comes in, you're going to see a big rush into the ETF market. You're going to see, I would imagine it's going to be a trick out first, and then there's going to be more and more kind of ETFs created, more fund managers get into it. And as I said, if we only get 1% of that market from the kind of stock markets that's been changed, traded over in ETFs, then this is why we could see a price of $40,000 plus for Bitcoin, purely because of scarcity, supply and demand. And that's going to shoot the price up. But what is that going to do to the alt market? You might think, well, if everybody's getting into Bitcoin, alt markets are going to shoot down. They're just going to go to pot. You're going to get a lot of the shit coins are just going to disappear. There's a lot of shit coins disappeared already. That is going to happen. But you're talking, it's going to be fairly safe that the top 100 or so will be safe for this market, because what's going to happen is more and more fund managers are going to see the benefit of cryptos, and they're going to want to kind of diversify and say, okay, here's a growth portfolio. So we're building up a growth portfolio of cryptos that could do really well in the future. So it might be small caps that they get into. So they'll buy a load of small caps, put them in this portfolio, put it as an exchange traded fund, and then kind of put that out into the market. Obviously, some regulatory issues will need to come as well before that happens, because a lot of the cryptos might not be classed or will be classed as kind of securities. So they have to be careful with that. But I think more regulations coming in where it is going to be able to happen, that a fund manager is going to be able to buy loads of BABB, for example. They'll just buy 100 million worth of BABB, put it into a portfolio, put it as an exchange traded fund, and trade that as well. So they'll just hold. And that's what the ETF fund managers are going to be doing. They'll just hold Bitcoin. They're going to hold the other altcoins as well. And Ethereum, for example, they're just going to have indexes for their ETFs. So there's going to be a ton of ETF fund managers coming into the market. Is that going to happen this year? I do believe it will. I think the SEC are going to pass regulation that there will be allowed a Bitcoin ETF. It will be allowed to go into an ETF. And same with Ethereum. I think that's going to happen as well. That's why I think Bitcoin is going to go up to $40,000. Now, is it going to go down in the meantime, Bitcoin? It could well do. It could well do. Is it going to get to $2,000? So there's an article says here, and I'm just going to look at this. This is from, it's quite likely that Bitcoin will fall to 2K before a surge of 4,900. So this is from the CEO of ADVFN, so Clem Chambers. I kind of reported this in the weekly crypto report I'd kind of sent out yesterday to everybody. So Clem Chambers is saying, will Bitcoin go from its previous high? It will probably hit 2,000 before it hits 20,000. But will it hit 20,000? I think so. Will it hit 100,000? I think that's quite likely. So he thinks it's going to go down to 2,000. I definitely don't believe it's going to go anywhere near 2,000. But this is what he believes. But he's saying, the important thing is they're saying it's going to go back up to $100,000. So there's a lot of people kind of predicting that. Even the naysayers with Bitcoin, they're predicting it's going to go down to 2,000, 3,000, and then it's going to shoot back up, and they believe it's going to hit 50,000, 100,000. And you've got the likes of John McAfee, $1 million or something like that. I think he's even upped it from there as well. So that's why I believe it's going to hit at least $40,000 by the end of 2018. I think July is going to be a really important month for Bitcoin and the whole market, to be honest. And I think we're going to start to see bounces from here. It might go down in the kind of short term. Where are we just now? It might go down short term, but I think this is just a precursor to this huge kind of price increase that we're going to see. So we're going to go to the Bitcoin dollar just now. 6,599 at the moment. So at the moment, I wouldn't be in alts just now, or you maybe want to tether as well, as I said, but 6601, it seems to want to not go below that kind of 6,600 area. If it does go below that and kind of stays, but it's kind of been down that on the wick already, on the hourly chart, 6,559. So we'll see if it bounces from here. If it doesn't bounce hard from here, obviously we could go down to touch 6,500, then down below that to 6,000 again. But I don't believe we're going to go below 6,000. Could be totally wrong. It's just kind of what I think. There's just too much news coming out, positive news about Bitcoin. Just now there's loads of news coming out that's positive with Bitcoin, so the sentiment is really high. But that's just what I believe. Okay, so we'll go to some comments just now. People say you can't see the charts. Right, we've got that sorted. Any news on BABB bank license? Rip this joint 69. There's no news at the moment for the BABB banking license. We've kind of spoke about that yesterday, whereby they're going to focus on the Bank of England and Lithuania banking license. So we need to wait and see what happens with that. Obviously, they're working hard in the background. As I said yesterday, I've no worries. What I've done with BABB is I've just parked it. So I've just thought, okay, that's out of mind, kind of it's out of sight. I'm just going to leave that for 6 months, a year, and just check in on it on a weekly basis or something, just see what the team are up to, see any news that's coming out. So that's what I've done with BABB. So I'm not kind of constantly checking the price and stuff like that. If it goes down, it goes down. If I had money, I would buy more of it, but I don't. I don't have spare money to buy more of it. Kyle Allen, morning Steve, stopped out of ETC at 3%, which is better than nothing. Excellent. So 3% in a market like this is brilliant. So I'd be going for that just now. So if you're a kind of day trader just now, and you've kind of had a string of kind of stop losses at 6% or 10%, best thing you can do is walk away from the markets for a couple of days, or just check and educate yourself on the charts and get more familiar with charts and things like that, and see what you could get into, and just do a kind of mental or even day trading on paper, but not with money, just to see that your kind of thoughts are right. And then, because there's always going to be opportunities, so it doesn't matter if you miss kind of opportunities, and then go in and try and get a 3% gain or a 5% gain. Don't go for the big 10% or 20% or 30%. Get the 3% gain, because what that does for you, it gives you a wee bit of confidence. So you need confidence in your trading. And when you start getting all these losses, if you get 5 or 6 losses in a row and you're getting stopped out, your confidence goes to shit, and you just go, right, I'm going to have to get in, and this one is going to go up. Everybody's saying it's going to go up, and it goes down again. You're over trading, and you lose your confidence. You lose your belief in the market as well, and you lose your belief in yourself, which is going to be really detrimental to you. So it's best to walk away if you've had a string of losses just now. And in falling markets like this, it's a nightmare, because Bitcoin's gone up, market's gone up, Bitcoin's coming back down, kind of altcoin markets come back down as well, and this is where the losses are kind of happening. So it's a nightmare for everybody just now, but there are kind of opportunities out there, definitely. But go for the 3% and just get out if you can at 3%, because it builds up your confidence, and you'll kind of look at the charts and go, right, I was right with that. It might go up another 10%, but at least you've got that 3%, and you build up your confidence. And then keep looking at the charts and focus on one exchange. Don't go on Bittrex, KuCoin, and look at all the other ones. Focus on one exchange just now. Look at all the charts. You can do that really quickly. You can look at every single chart on Binance, for example, within the space of 10 minutes, literally. So just look at that, and I'll show you. On TradingView, it makes it really easy. Coinigy, not so much, because you have to kind of click your mouse on that. But if we're on TradingView just now, which I do recommend, I'm not using Coinigy anymore. Coinigy does use TradingView charts, but it doesn't have the same functionality. So if we go here and we just quickly go down, and we'll go in the hourly chart, ADA's coming back up, Cardano's coming back up, it seems. We've seen kind of ADEX, ADEX is coming up. And we'll just have a couple of look at quick ones. And you can see I've just checked 10 charts, and you can very quickly see AirSwap still going up as well. We called that ages ago, and it's still doing well. That's down. What was that? Bitcoin. We're just going to have a quick look, and you can quickly go through 140 charts on Binance in the space of 10 minutes, and you can quickly see, once you get used to knowing what you're looking for. We'll just see if there's any good ones at the moment, just to give you an example. And still to do videos on the hourly trading, 6 hourly trading, and the daily trading as well. So Engine Coin, that's kind of all over the place just now, but it's on the up. And you notice down below as well, I've got the DMI on that. I've explained the DMI in a previous video as well, and why I kind of use that just as a backup. So we've gone through about 30 or 40 charts in a space of 3 minutes. So that's what you can do on TradingView, and you can get a TradingView account for free, and then you can upgrade to get lists like this. You can get the full Binance list and create your own lists. So that's what you can do once you get used to the chart. So take the time to kind of look at the charts and see what's up and coming, and see if your kind of thoughts are correct on what's happening. So you might look at this IOTA and say, is that going to go up? You might say, well, it's got a green candle there, but there's loads of red candles, so it might not be a good time to get into this. And then pick one that you think could be good, but mentally pick it and just see, or put it on paper and just say, I would have bought it at that price, I would have sold at that price, here's how much I would have made. So it's giving you that confidence and the education as well. Peter House, Dent is at its previous floor price on Binance, hasn't been this low since listing day when it dumped to rock bottom. Dent, I'm going to be honest, I have Dent just now. So I've got Dent at the moment. Where is it just now? Dent. Yeah, so you can see, I thought it bombed out here. There was a clear, well, it seemed to me there was a clear support line round about here. Then it kind of moved down here and it kind of went back down again. So the support line looks to be around about 75 just now, but it could go lower. But I'm staying in Dent. I think when the market moves and people move into this, there's a lot of bot trading on Dent just now, but when people move into this, it's going to shoot up big time past the 100. But I'm not recommending that. I'm just saying that's what I'm holding just now. Dent and PundiX just now, which obviously with a hack, it's kind of gone down as well, which is a pain in the arse. But I'm holding that just now, but I've no problem holding it for longer term. And that's what I was saying. If you've no problem holding something for longer term, then you don't need to worry about the kind of price dips just now, unless you've been stopped out with your 10% or your 6%, whatever you're doing. And that might have been a good move. And it moved up. It did move up about 10% yesterday before coming back down again. So I'm not worried about holding Dent and PundiX. Probably not the best ones, obviously, just now. I've got in at a reasonable price for the two of them, so I'm not worried about them at all. But it ties up my money for day trading, which is not so good. Go back to some comments. What time are we on? We've got plenty of time. Scottish Bull, the smart economy is where I invest in. Neo Ontology, Elastos is going to explode soon. I do believe you're right. I definitely think you're right. Neo, definitely. Ontology, Elastos, yes, I think all of them. So if you're investing and your dollar cost averaging down, I think that's totally a wise move. Ripper's joint Fcoin, $600 million market cap, legit or no? I don't know. I've still never looked into Fcoin. A lot of people are talking about it. A lot of people are fudding about it as well. A lot of people are saying it's brilliant. I honestly don't know just now. Black Label 46, BABB is super cheap at the moment. Time to pick up some more at this price. So what's BABB just now? I think it's 0.8 of a cent or something when I looked at it. Oh, it's back up. No, not 0.8 of a cent. It was 0.008 of a cent. Or 0.08 of a cent. So it's 1/10 of a cent just now. So it's back up. It was down yesterday to about 0.8 of a cent. Yeah, it's back up. There we go. Price 0.8 of a cent. So we're back up to 1/10 of a cent, which is good. As I said, I totally believe in BABB. I'm not worried at all about price kind of going up and down about BABB. And I think of these prices, it totally is a steal. And I remember getting into it when the market capitalization was about 5 million. So it was 0.4 of a cent at the time when I first started getting into it. But then I bought on the way up, and I bought higher than this price as well. I think I bought 0.2 of a cent as well. Jacobus, hi Stephen, greetings from South Africa. So what effect does a 40,000 Bitcoin have on altcoin like BABB, for instance? Well, if you think about it, if we kind of look at BABB just now, So we see that BABB is kind of 0.1 of a cent just now. If the price of Bitcoin goes up to $40,000, which is 6 times, then if the Satoshi value of BABB did not move and it stayed at 15 Bitcoin, or 15 Satoshi, sorry, then obviously the dollar value of BABB is going to go up by 6 times. So it's going to be 6/10 of a cent. So if you've got $1,000 in BABB just now at this price, if you bought this price at $1,000, Bitcoin price shoots up to $40,000 and the Satoshi value of BABB does not move, then your $1,000 is now $6,000. But it doesn't make a difference unless you're cashing out into dollars. So that's what happens with the price. So if the altcoins did not move at all and everything in Bitcoin price moved up to $40,000, then all the alts automatically dollar value will go up by 6 times as well. If you're trading the pairs of Bitcoin and your alt, for example. Excuse me, I hope that makes sense. What else we've got? MN. Hello Steve, do you follow Tone Bays and his team? Yeah, I do, actually. I do quite like the videos. I don't believe what he's saying that it's going to go down, because I think he's thinking it's going to go down to about 2,000. I think he even mentioned $1,000 at one point. But very contrarian, I think, in that point, contrarian in the extreme in that point of view. But I do like listening to him. He's very, very intelligent guy. I like the team that they've got on the Tone Bays kind of channel just now. Yeah, they're of the opinion it'll go much lower than 5,000. Hopefully it doesn't. It could be right. It could be totally right, but I just don't believe it. I just see there's far too much positive sentiment in the market just now, unless it's going to be totally manipulated and the price goes down that much. But I don't think so. I just don't see it at all. Hey, Debbie Clayton is in the house. Morning, I'm late. What did I miss? Not miss much. I'm just talking about how Bitcoin could go up to $40,000 by the end of 2018. Amen, Tone Bays. Yeah, I got what you mean, Tone Bays there. Mac Pollen, time to buy a lot of TRX. EOS down 12% again. EOS keeps going down. It's had a bad rap just now. So just look at EOS just now. What's it doing at the moment? It's kind of down big time, isn't it? We'll just go into the daily chart, so that gives us a better indication. It's nowhere near its all-time low. So it's 115,000 Satoshi at the moment. It has been 54,000 Satoshi and has, if we're going back to October, it has been 10,000 Satoshi. So it's still up 1,300% from where it was at these levels. That's not that bad if you go into the kind of low levels. TRX, we'll have a look at Tron. Never looked at that for a while. It kept on going down. Just wonder what it's doing just now. Still going down. So what are we at? 526 Satoshi. That's going to be another one that just explodes, I think. So if you're really into Tron and your dollar cost averaging down, so it's going to be good when we see a couple of green candles and it goes above the 15 EMA. I think we could shoot up with Tron. It's just not right at the moment. It's just not the right time at the moment just now. Honest Crypto Journey, by the way, worked out how to use keyboard to quickly flip through assets and Coinigy. Excellent. Excellent. So you're still using Coinigy, Honest Crypto Journey. That's good. I think TradingView does give you kind of a lot more as well. Because for TradingView, I just like this kind of view. You can go into different, I've kind of put in different assets there. Where is it? Binance. So I've got Binance, all the coins on Binance listed, all the coins on Bittrex. Then you can create watch lists as well, a flag list as well. So I like that from that point of view. And there's other things that obviously can do as well. I just find it a wee bit quicker. But I still like Coinigy. Coinigy is brilliant for what it is. But it's using TradingView obviously, but I still think Coinigy is brilliant. So I wouldn't necessarily move away. But I've moved away obviously. But I'm not suggesting you do. Matthew Parks, morning all, back in the crypto game after a crazy weekend at Silverstone. Excellent. Excellent. Maybe not a good time to get back in, Matthew. 1 cent, great analysis, Steve. Thanks very much, Smith. Really appreciate that. Chardan is in the house. Matt the Carpenter is with us again. Good morning to you. Harold H. Good evening, CYT family. Good to see you, Harold. Musa Moose, price prediction on Ethereum if SEC gets approval. I've been saying for a while that Ethereum is kind of $1,000, $2,000, $10,000 in 5 years' time. I honestly think it's going to go. Where is Ethereum just now? It's probably not doing brilliant just now, obviously. We'll just look at the USDT price, $470. I just think at these levels, we're totally going to be laughing at the Ethereum price and just going, oh, remember back when it was $470? I wish I could have gotten then, or $450, whatever it goes down to before the big rise again. We're just going to be kicking ourselves that we didn't get in at these prices. But obviously what we're doing just now when we're trading and day trading and longer term trading, what we're doing is we're collecting Bitcoin, or you can collect Ethereum as well. You can sell your Bitcoin for Ethereum. So imagine what the price could do to that. So what would be, just looking at that, so Ethereum's got a circulating supply of 100 million just now. So yeah, I think a couple of years time, we're going to be looking back and saying, my God, Ethereum used to be $479. And it's going to be the same as kind of Bitcoin was a couple of years ago when it was $400. And you're going to be thinking, oh my God, it went up to 20,000. I think that's going to happen with Ethereum as well. If they get their arse in gear and fix out kind of all the issues with scalability, which they're doing kind of just now. JC Standard, great ETF info this morning. Thanks, Steve. My pleasure, JC. Good to have you here, mate. I think we're heading for another fiat crash. It could be. Could be. Lee Litecoin, great word, Steve. Thanks very much, mate. Matthew Parks, another option is to move funds from projects that have not fallen too much into ones that have plummeted. Then the gain on the bounce has the potential to be higher unless the project folds. That's it, because you don't know what project is going to fold. So you have to pick a relatively, not a safe coin, but one that's got a good team, got a good use case as well, and just got everything going for it. How do you pick those ones? Kind of difficult, but obviously you have to do your kind of research on it. Matthew Parks, this is like cost averaging in a different mindset. It is totally different mindset, yeah. Bear Skidmore, 3% of something is better than 100% of bugger all. My granddad circa 1980, brilliant. Martin and Sonia, what's the price of TradingView compared to Coinergy, please? TradingView, I don't know, I've got the free trial just now, but I'm paying, I think, tradingview.com. I'm logged in already. So what I can do is new incognito window, tradingview.com. Screener, TradingView, where's the prices? Stay on current version. By TradingView. Upgrade plans and extra features. So for the pro version, it's $19.95 per month. The premium version is $39. So I've gone for the 30-day free trial for the pro version. I think it's going to be a good one because I'm checking the markets like literally every single day and looking at other stuff as well that I'm kind of experimenting with. So yeah, $19.95. I think it's more than that. I think that's because it's billed every, I think it's actually $27 or something. That's looking at the annual price of it. So I think it's good for that. We'll go back. All down before the biggest boom ever. Aha. Yes, I think Magpon, I think that is going to happen. It could happen that we could go down. Definitely not down. Well, I'm saying definitely not down. That's my opinion. Obviously do your own research, but I definitely don't think it's going to go down to $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 or even $5,000. Peter J is in the house. Hey Steve. Matthew Parks, wonder what has caused this positive spike in BABB. Yeah, it's kind of up and down just now. Real to backs equals 0.7%. Now I think BABB is back up again. Yeah, 0.1%. Victor Ray, TE Food looks like a great use case for blockchain signing an agreement with UN. Yeah, they've been out for it. A lot of people have been talking about TE Food. I think they're on IDEX. I think they were listed somewhere else as well. So that could be a good one as well long term. Stu Johnson, morning. MFT was flying. Yeah, MFT was doing brilliant. And just have a look where I think MFT is down, but this, unless you're in it, if you're out of MFT, this is going to represent a good trading opportunity. MFT just now is a good trading coin, so you can see it's kind of way down just now, and it kind of went up. This is on a 1 hour chart, kind of went up from 293 all the way up to 370. So what's that represent? 25% increase. So you're going to get these ups and downs in MFT. At the moment it's down, but this might turn around quickly as well. So it's going to be a good trading coin as well. So what's it gone up? 242. What was that? 54%. So I think you're going to see these kind of swings before it settles, these ups and down swings. Mark Pollen, maybe all good, one before down, all new one will take place. Almost speculation, keep BTC right place. Still a big possibility to make nice profit. Yeah, there's still possibilities for profit. Sean Dubs, for a day, week like today, what coin Tether would be a safe hold? ETH, ETC, Tether, etc. I would always go to kind of Tether if you're looking to go into that, but you could do Ethereum as well. It just depends what you're looking for. BNB might be a good one as well to go into. Instead of going into Tether, you could go into BNB as well. So it just depends. I can't obviously advise on that. I'd rarely go into Tether or the other coins as well. I'd rarely do that. Joseph, what's your take on NULs? Sorry, just because the letters were spaced apart. The mainnet is on the 12th. NULs has had a run up already. And just have a look at NULs just now. It's had a run up and it looks as if it's going to rise again from here. So what's it had a run up from? So we're talking 35% run up as peak from here up to there. It's had a 22% rise. I think NULs is going to do well if we look at on the day chart. So it's going to reach 638,916. So it could reach its all-time high and beyond for NULs as well. At 39,000 it is at just now. So keep an eye on it. It's above the 15 EMA on the day chart, which is good. On the hourly chart, it's kind of trying to reach that 15 EMA again. It kind of went down to about 37,000, but trying to go back up again. So longer term, brilliant for NULs. Short term trading opportunity. If it gets above that 15 EMA, and I might even kind of recommend it from here because it's had those two green candles. But I would have recommended about 38,000 if it's coming up. But you can see all the way up on the 15 EMA. It shows the 15 EMA support, which is a good sign. It shows its support all the way up, and it's just recently, obviously with the Bitcoin price coming down, it's kind of went below that, but it's starting to try to get back up above the 15 EMA. On the DMI, it's kind of crossed back down to below. We'll look on the 6 hour chart for NULs. Looks really good on the DMI, looks really good on the 15 EMA. Kind of looking at that just now, but obviously we've got a couple of red candles there. Smaller red candle at the moment, but that red candle won't finish until 1 PM, which is about 4 hours time. So we need to see what that does. If that stays there just now, tiny kind of red candle like that, is that a start? Nope, I can't see the wick on that. So we need to wait and see. So it might be a turnaround for NULs as well to go back up again and continue on upwards. So we need to wait and see. What's your take on that? Right, okay, now so seeing that. CryptoDread, how did you get that drop down list of coins on TradingView? I got that from GitHub. So GitHub have a list of all the coins on Bittrex and Binance. I just post a link. So GitHub, all coins on Binance and Bittrex. I'll just see if I can find the link very quickly for you. So what you can do is copy that as the Binance text. So this is kind of updated quite regular. So it was updated yesterday. So you copy that, put it into a text file, and import that into TradingView. So you just kind of do import if you go to that list there, and you can do an import watch list, and you can do it as a text file. So you can get that from GitHub, and just showed you the GitHub there. Where the hell is it? There we go. So I'll send you the link if you're interested in that. So I'll post that there just now. And the BABB Telegram group said they were in talks with exchanges. Should be good for price when they do. Yeah, it just depends on the exchange they get on. I thought KuCoin was definitely a good choice to start with because it's a good exchange and people use it a lot. Better than kind of the other kind of smaller ones. And then kind of move on up from there. So I don't know, they'll definitely not get listed on Binance. There's not a possibility that that's going to happen anytime soon, I don't believe. Because the cost is going to be too prohibitive just now, I would imagine. If it did, geez, it would just shoot up, man. Hi guys, just made it. And here we'll do a catch up. Tony P. Excellent. Crypto Dread, thanks man, no problem. Debbie Clayton, Steve, will you be cheering on England tomorrow evening? Nothing like a feeling good country to give you the UK economy a little boost. But I'm Scottish and we are kind of hardened enemies of the England football team. Will I be cheering them on? I'm not going to say. Do you know what I don't like about it? And I know we shouldn't talk football, politics, religion or anything like that. I just don't like the commentators. They're just very arrogant commentators, a lot of them, and they just presume that England's going to win the World Cup and stuff like that. But the team, brilliant team, really good team England have got. It's just the commentators, and it's been that all the way through the years. That's what we don't like in Scotland, just the commentators. So will I be cheering them on? I might. Okay, I think that's it for today. Was I going to share anything? There's other pieces of news, but it was all kind of Bitcoin, kind of positive news. Binance CEO bullish on Bitcoin and crypto markets. Here's why. So I kind of looked at that as well. So I've not had time to really go over these, but I just really wanted to talk about the ETFs. The ETFs are really, really important. So what I would do if I was you is that I would kind of research what ETFs are. And I've kind of explained it. It's very simple what ETFs are, but find out more about it. We need to educate ourselves in crypto so other people, when we're talking to other people, they know what we're talking about as well. Look at ETFs and see why it's going to be so important for Bitcoin, for Ethereum, for all the kind of top coins, to be honest. They're not classed as securities. So that's what I would do. David Clayton, LOL. Yeah, we're kind of sworn in. Scotland never make it to the World Cup. I don't know when we last made it to the World Cup, but I'd like England to go through, to be honest. I'd like them to go through and maybe to get beat in the final. Tony P, come on Steve, of course you will, LOL. Hodler, loving these BABB prices, can't wait to see what it'll be this time next year. It's going to be amazing, I think. Joseph McKenny, thanks. Tony P, it's coming home. It's coming home. Well, no, I wish them well. I really do wish them well. I just wished we had Scottish commentators for the England games. That would be good if we had that. Ali McCoy has been good this year commentating. Excellent, Kyle Allen. Honest Crypto Journey. Read the news the BTC could replace fiat in 10 years. Your thoughts? I do believe that. I think it's going to be a natural evolution to go from a fiat-based kind of economy to Bitcoin, or have at least fiat being backed by Bitcoin like it used to be backed by gold. It's not backed by gold anymore. Obviously, it's just the Federal Reserve and obviously the government as well in the UK. It's just backed by that. But I think it makes sense to have Bitcoin as the currency, to be honest. Martin Sonia, Stephen, any chance you could quickly explain depth charts, please? Right, okay, so we're going to this just now. What are we in just now? BTC. We'll go into another coin, an altcoin. What's doing well just now? We're going to AST, that's trading high just now. So depth charts is just the buys and the sales. That's really what you're looking at. So if you see here, this is really kind of what we're looking at here as well on the side. So if you see here, that the kind of prices of when people are actually buying them and when they've got sell walls. So you can see this is a big sell wall here at 3116. That's a sell wall, it's just about to be hit. Another sell wall at 3119. So you can see here this corresponds to these two here. I don't know if you can see that here. 3119 is the kind of wall here. 3112 now is a sell wall, and that is here just now. It's just been kind of eaten up. So 3113. So these are all sell walls. This is what the depth chart is, and you can zoom in and zoom out of that. And these are the buy walls. So the buy wall here this is people trying to get in at a lower price. So they put their orders in, they're in the order books, and this is people trying to get in a lower price. So buy wall here of 3,040. This corresponds to the buys here. So 3,040 and 33,000, or not 33,000 people trying to buy it, but somebody's trying to buy 33,000 coins. 15,000 tokens there. So just see if we can find another buy wall. There's not that many in here, so that's the big ones, 24,000 at 3T43. So that's all it is. It's just this kind of in a depth chart. These prices here, the buys and the sells, is on the depth chart. So that's all that is really. The order book, does it tell you something? Not really, to be honest, but as people put in orders, but it could be false orders. So I could put in an order, if I had 10 Bitcoin, I could put in an order to buy at kind of AST at 3086, and people think, oh shit, there's a lot of people going to be buying this. So I could put 5 orders in at 3086, 3085, 3084, 3082 and put them in, and people think, oh, this is going to go up, and they buy more and they buy more, and then I could move my orders up. If I was a whale, I could move my orders up, and people think, oh, this is going up, it's going up, and kind of self-fulfilling prophecy, it kind of goes up in price, and then when it starts coming back down, I just pull my kind of buy orders from that, and the price would just plummet. That's how kind of whales work as well. To a degree, that's kind of how they work. So that's all the depth chart is. So it doesn't tell you a great deal, but that's what the depth chart is. Alex Shug, love Scotland rugby team. Yeah, so rugby is my game more than football, to be honest, and I've not had a chance to watch a lot of the World Cup, and just because it's so busy in business, and because after I finish business about 7 PM, it's time with family, so I've not had a chance. But when Sean falls asleep, my wife, I kind of put the highlights on and see the games. Kyle Allen, World Cup France 1998 for Scotland. Jeez, 20 years. We'll make it sometime. So when Bitcoin goes to $40,000, that's when Bitcoin goes to $1 million, that might be when Scotland win the World Cup. Crypto Rebel, a step away from crypto for a few days, now banker being compromised and Pundy getting stolen. Yeah, I know, it's a bit of a nightmare. Hortler679, 7's Rugby World Cup in San Francisco this month. Fiji Rugby, excellent. Crypto Rebel, Bancor better get up and running soon. I hate it when millions are stolen off on exchange and they lock everyone inside. See, it's a decentralized exchange, Bancor, because they don't actually hold your coins, so I don't understand fully what the compromise was or how the hack can happen. I don't understand that fully. They've not given full details. They've given some details, but not full details on it. Also, if you guys are not planning on storing your BABB on Bancor, I really wouldn't at this point. You can get Mu and store it on a Ledger Nano S. See, it should be stored on that anyway, to be honest. We've kind of said that all along. As well, David Clayton, really useful. Always wondered about the depth charts. Nice one for asking Martin and Sonia. Oh, good. Martin and Sonia, thank you. Sean Dubs, Ireland Rugby, FTW, yes. Crypto Rebel, I'm moving from BABB as soon as possible off Bancor. It's a long hodl for me anyways. Yeah, definitely should be on your Ledger Nano S. Nulls has kept over 15 EMA. Just have a quick look at Nulls, and we'll look in the hour chart. Yeah, it's just touching that at this point just now. So Nulls looks a strong one at the moment. So it's down 2.65%, but it looks as if it's trying to kind of gain momentum. Look at the size of the candles as well. You'll have to look at the size of the candles here as well. So if this can stay up for another 30 minutes and it goes up a wee bit more, that might be a good kind of opportunity for Nulls. But remember, it's kind of near a high as well. If we look at the kind of daily chart, what's the high for that? 59,000. It's not near an all-time high, so it could go higher. But it looks good. Nulls, there's lots of good news coming out as well. It was on Bancor. It was only Bancor that lost. No wallets were compromised. Yep. Honest Crypto generally. Ah, right. Okay, I'm with you. So I thought it was stolen. Right, so it wasn't stolen out people's... Because obviously it's just like having your account on Mu. So it shouldn't really matter because there's no coins held on Bancor at all. So it was their wallet that was... Right, okay, brilliant. That's good. Martin and Sonia, me too, Debs. Just wondered if it was any help in trading TA. Not really, to be honest. When you're looking at it, when you're looking to buy, I'm going to see if Dent is still... I want to show you these bloody trading bots, which are a pain in the arse. No, the trading bots have gone just now. Now the trading bots have gone just now in dent. There was a lot of activity with the trading bots, and you can see the trading bots when you see one coin bought and there's thousands and thousands and thousands of them. That's the trading bots in play. So if there's trading bots in play, I might put an order in here to buy at 77 Satoshi, and then trading bot comes in and puts another kind of bid up to 78 Satoshi, but these two prices are very close. But it's good to see the trading bots in action, but still don't fully get how they kind of work and why they do what they do, and why people, obviously it's kind of automated trading bots as well. And it just seems to be a ton of them, especially in kind of Dent and PundyX as well. There was a lot in PundyX. Don't like these trading bots at all. Yeah, you can see here buys at 1. You see this here, all these kind of trading bot buys. Crazy. Okay, I'm going to leave it there just now. That's us finished for today. But what I'll do, if you're in the premium group, I'll make the calls if an opportunity kind of presents itself. I'm not talking about my time, I'm talking about for BTC, if it kind of stabilizes. Just now, 6602. Excuse me. But I've taught everybody using the 3 to 6 strategy. I've taught everybody how to use kind of that to look at the charts as well and to pick the coins. But I've been using the hourly charts recently for the 3 to 6 strategy, because I've been finding that really quite good for picking ones that can go up 5, 10, 15%. Has been quite good. Some of them obviously go down because I pick about 10 coins a day. So if you're in the premium group, I might do one later on depending on the Bitcoin price, but I don't want to tell you these are the best ones just now. If I think Bitcoin is going down, there's just no point in doing that. So I make these kind of trading calls every day for about 10 coins every day, or the top 10 kind of best coins. So if you're not in the premium group, you can join down below for $37 a month. You get to join a brilliant group of people who are really positive about crypto. There's no crap in there. It's just people talking and helping each other out. Plus you get daily calls from me as well. I kind of told you one on this channel yesterday for AST, and that's kind of went up since about 20-25%. So that's just kind of similar to the calls that I'm making on a daily basis. So that's it for just now. Thank you everybody for being here. Really appreciate your time, and I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Until then, namaste. Take care. Bye now.